Guys, it is the Aquarium Cowboy, and today I'm going to be doing a 2-year review on this top fin 3.5 gallon Enchant aquarium, or just top fin Enchant. Pretty much, so yeah, I bought it at, it's either Petco or PetSmart, I forgot, but I thought PetSmart sells them. I mean, I'm probably going to leave the link in the description if you want to buy it, but, so again, this is a 2-year review, so after 2 years of owning this thing, there's quite a, or not completely 2 years, more like a year and a half or around that. It could be 2 years. Actually, it could be, but I'm pretty sure it's like a year and a half. So, actually, more than a year and a half, like a year and 3/4, I don't know. But over a year for sure. And there's some definitely things going wrong with this aquarium. So, start off, the tank is doing perfectly fine. As long as it's not a 100-gallon plastic aquarium, plastic's actually fine because, I mean, really, a lot of times there's not really any or many seams. So, yeah, this tank's been doing perfectly fine. The tank itself is good. There's not really many scratches. It looks weird right here because I used to have a sticker right there. I really don't know why I put a sticker right there. But honestly, the plastic, it is plastic. It doesn't seem to be having too many problems. Tank itself, I like the tank fine. Honestly, this is probably, it's a good like tank for like betas. Right now, I have it native. I have 2 banded sculpins. If you watch my YouTube, or if you watch that video, it's 2 banded sculpins, a crawfish that never comes out, and a bunch of minnows. And the small ones, these guys eat. They don't look huge, but they're super feisty little predators. Anyway, it's about the tank. So, you got this little feeding hole. Honestly, I don't believe any fish I've ever had fish jump out of there. But, it's pretty easy. I have had fish jump out in the past from other tanks. So, right now, I don't really have any fish that I would see jumping out. And if the minnow jumps out, I really don't care. Because, I mean, it's just a minnow. So, but, if you have fish that actually might jump out, like maybe baller sharks or things, you wouldn't want to keep those guys in here for too long because baller sharks get huge and need at least 125 gallon. Anyway, let's look at the lighting. So, by the way, I have the filter turned off because this phone is almost dead, but I'll show it later. So, this light right here, I don't know if you've noticed, but as I've been filming, look how stinking blue this tank looks. And it looks even bluer in person. This is the white mode, okay, guys? This is the daylight mode. You would normally think that this mode would be sort of a nighttime mode. So, pretty much, I'll give it the plus when it works, or at least when it worked. If I could ever get this thing down. Okay, when it worked, when these lights worked, it was pretty cool. You have, you don't use most of them. This is the purple setting. Alright, I can barely see it. See how this light is like flickering out? That's actually not like that in real life. But, so the color changing mode is pretty cool. You wouldn't want to have it on all day, but maybe if you're doing a certain setup or whatever. But so pretty much like right about now, this is supposed to be the bluest it gets, right? This is supposed to be the nighttime mode, sorta. This is the daytime mode. What happened? It's like such a little difference. It's a blue. So pretty much, because the color changing mode, somewhere along the line, these lights got bad. Somewhere along the line, and I have never done them underwater. I mean, they just stay up here. So, I mean, maybe you might not have this problem, but I think ultimately because it has that color changing mode, if it's very cheaply made, over time, it might not work well. By the way, if I sound weird, I have a cold. Or it's mild. I don't know, really. But so yeah, the lights are really bad. Some days it will be like this, and then some days it will be normal or normaler. Because some days it will be like the whiter mode, but then there'll be streaks of red coming through. Sort of weird. Okay, now let's unplug the lights because that part of it is done, and if I could see, to plug in the filter, this is the filter. flash. Oops, no flash. Okay, you can see that. That's the filter. For betas, that's good. For other fish, that's really not that good. That's a good top shot on that stolpin. But, I mean, really, look at that. So pretty much, I'm the sort of person, if I have a hang-on back, I'm not wasting a ton of money for crappy little cartridges that they give. A little sponge right here, and then I just got some sand as sort of like a just cheap way to have a ton of beneficial bacteria stored in here, because when you're throwing out cartridges, it doesn't leave enough room for bacteria. So beneficial bacteria is always good. You always want it. Anyway, so the filtration, really, I've cleaned it all out. I made sure you can't completely access the motor part really at all. But I mean, overall, I like the sort of sleek design of the hood, how everything fits out perfect. But honestly, everything on the upper half is almost filled. This thing barely filters water at all, and that thing barely lights the tank. So pretty much, this is a good tank if in a year or two, you are ready to get new lights and a new filter. Sorry, but for me, I would rather just go with a cheap, spend 15 bucks at Walmart or get a 10-gallon during the $1 per gallon sale. Get a 10-gallon, get more, you have more room, and then you can get the lighting you want, the filtration you want, and this thing, I bought it for 30 bucks. Now, a while back they had a sale, and I saw it and I was like, that's a really good deal. And then this thing was like 15 bucks, but honestly, yeah, for 30 bucks, I don't know, not good filter, not good lights, and the tank itself is nice, but that's really all it comes for. And I don't know if $30 for a plastic tank is that good of a deal. Personally, I mean, I would always just go with a bigger tank in that sense, and your stocking options are really limited unless you want a beta or a pair or a trio of guppies. But if you get guppies, then get ready to have extra tanks for the babies, because most times you can't sell them fast enough, or give them away fast enough for that matter. Anyway, so my review on this is pretty much, it's a good tank for about a year, actually less than that. And I've had it set up most of that time, but sometimes, I would say out of the like year and 9 months-ish that I've owned it, this thing has probably been set up for maybe at minimum like a year. I'd say minimum like a year and 3 months, maybe at max like a year and a half. So pretty much I definitely have had this thing running for over a year in different places, and I haven't been rough on the lights or the filtration. So really, I personally think this is just something where you get a cheap tank, eventually it's gonna go bad. And for the most part, it's still a good tank. The filter still runs, the lights still work. It's just not that great. So if you want a super solid setup, I always recommend setting your own, making your own setup, your own specific setup. You mod everything the way you want it, everything your way, instead of buying something that you may not like. And sometimes this, you know, how the curvature of the plastic, it sometimes can make it hard to view the fish. So for me, it's a good tank, but there are some problems, and really, I would just recommend buying another tank, because even though 30 bucks to me at the time seemed pretty cheap overall, it's an okay deal, but not the greatest. Anyway, so yeah, that's my review. You know, comment down below if you actually have had this tank. So, by the way, it keeps stopping for some reason. Anyway, so, yeah, please comment down below. Also, if you want to check out my 2-month review on it, it's kind of funny. There's like almost 2-year review and then 2-month review. Pretty much, I'm just dubbing it as a 2-year review because it sounds better than 1 year and 9 months or blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so, thank you for watching this video. Comment, like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you want to support this channel, link down below, and comment if you've had this tank or you have other questions about this tank. I will hopefully try my best to answer them. Anyway, guys, I will see you later. God bless. Keep calm, be a fish, and tack out.